Hi there. On today's episode of Ask This Bookkeeper Anything, we are going to cover the question, how do I pay myself as a business owner? It's a question that comes up often and it can be a little bit confusing, but I am here to help with the answer. My name is Veronica Fry. I own True Resource Bookkeeping, where I help service-based business owners increase their clarity and reduce their stress around money. So, how do you pay yourself as a small business owner? Well, first, I just want to share a little bit about why it's important. How you pay yourself is important because it affects taxes and it affects the cash flow in your business, and it also affects just the peace of mind of knowing you're paying yourself in the right way. So the first step is knowing what your business type is. If you are a business of one, also called a sole proprietor, or maybe you're a business of a few partners, but you're not taxed as an S Corp, you're going to want to pay yourself through something called an owner's draw. And an owner's draw is basically where you just withdraw money from your business bank account to your personal bank account. I have two tips around that. First is something I'm calling rhythm, not random. So you want to make sure that you set some sort of a pattern or some sort of a fixed kind of schedule for yourself where you withdraw money either weekly or monthly. That way you're not just taking things out willy-nilly, or you're not, using your business card for personal expenses. You have some sort of flow. You get in the habit of withdrawing money on a certain frequency. So you're treating your business like a real business. And the second tip to remember is that taxes are not withheld from these draws, but they will be due on those withdrawals, either quarterly and likely also at the end of the year. So you want to make sure that when you're taking the money out for your personal payment, that you save some aside for taxes. If you save it aside as you go, it just makes things a lot easier and it reduces stress and prevents any kind of surprises for later. If your business is taxed as an S Corp, things are a bit different. You will want to put yourself on a formal payroll. That means that you're getting a paycheck like an employee would, with the taxes withheld from that check. You're probably using some third-party software to process the payroll for you. And you want to make sure that you're also paying yourself something that's called reasonable compensation. And that basically means that the salary that you pay yourself has to be in line with what someone in your role would make. It gets a little bit more involved than that, and that's a topic probably for another video for later. But the key point is, if you have an S Corp, you need to put yourself on a formal payroll. So to wrap this up, how you pay yourself depends on your business structure. If you are a sole proprietor or partnership and you're not taxed as an S Corp, you're going to want to pay yourself through an owner's draw, where you just withdraw money from your business bank account to your personal bank account. And you want to make sure that you're doing that on a rhythm. And you also want to make sure that you are setting some aside for taxes. And if you have an S Corp, you want to make sure that you're putting yourself on that formal payroll and you're making sure that you're paying yourself a reasonable amount. That's all for today. Hopefully that answered how do I pay myself as a small business owner, and now you know what to do. If you have any more questions, feel free to submit them at the link below in the description box. You can even submit the questions anonymously and I will answer them in a future video. Until next time.